How's it going, everybody? Rybrad here today, and we are back with our Honolulu Hammerheads franchise mode, and we are in round number 2 of the playoffs against the Anaheim Ducks. But guys, can we get this video to 10 likes if you think we are going to advance past the Ducks, because they are a team that has given me problems in the past. But hopefully, we've got a squad now that's just clicking. It just feels good. This feels like a really good season for us. I don't know what it is. I don't want to say it's like our destiny this year, but it really does feel that everything is just clicking. I don't need to touch anything. But to remind you guys of the lines, we've got Hall, Byfield, and Granlund. And the nice thing is Byfield has grown by 3 points. You think he was an 81, but I gave him the shot on the first line, and he has delivered. And then Landeskog, Bozak, and Gurianov. And Bozak actually, believe it or not, has been really good for us. But then we've got, like I keep saying, my favorite line, DeBrusk, Cirelli, and Cousins. Maybe swapping. No, I'm not going to touch the lines. Don't want to get it all fancy. Things are working. Then we got Kubalik, Heinen, and Donskoy. Defensively, we've got Sergachev and Bear, Shea and Tanov, and then Dunn and Taze. So the only bad thing is this middle pairing doesn't have great chemistry, but other than that, things are looking really good. And then in goal, don't forget, we traded for Corey Crawford. He's got 4 wins and 4 appearances. The only guy to get a loss this series, or this playoff run for us, is Tristan Jarry. 1 series done. He played the first game, did not look great. So I brought in Crawford because he was somebody that we traded for at the trade deadline. Wanted to play him. Didn't look good in the regular season. Has looked good so far in these playoffs. But what will the Anaheim Ducks be throwing at us? Raquel, Steele, and Silverberg. So definitely no studs on the forward core is what I'm noticing immediately. Milano Henrique Palmieri, Richie Lundstrom, and Alexander Holtz, the 8th overall pick. And then Comtois, Galchenyuk, and Shaw. So they got pretty good players everywhere, but it's not really got the star power. We got a couple stars on our team. I mean, hell, Byfield is their second best player. Taylor Hall blows everybody else out of the water, and Landeskog is their best player as well, and he's on our second line. Anyway, defensively, they got Fowler and Manson, Larson and Lindholm, and Mahura and Gooley. So solid defensive core, nothing too spectacular again. No top players like we got Sergachev. And then if we go ahead and check out the goalies, they still do have Gibson, who has, oh wow, that is 178 goal against average, 941. So you want to know why they're here. Gibson is a very, very good goaltender. But I'm confident in this series, the fact that we're just playing well. Taylor Hall is on a little bit of a tear here, playing very, very well. I think we can break down Gibson, and if we can go ahead and score, I was going to say if we score more than they do, we should win. What I mean is, if we can get the offense rolling, I would take shootouts like 6-5. I don't think that Anaheim could keep up with us if we really focus more on offense than defense. But we'll see if Coach agrees with me and if that's how we roll into this series and just how it goes. But we do have home ice advantage. So let's get into game number 1 here in Honolulu. I just want to see us score goals. I want to see us get past Gibson early. That's my one goal for this first game. First period sees us go up 2-1, and there it is, guys. The early start, less than a minute in, we do beat Gibson. Halfway through the period, Bozak scores, and Kyle Palmieri also scores and cuts the deficit back to 1. In the second period, they equalize as Adam Henrique on the power play gets past Corey Crawford. Now, we have a power play opportunity to respond, and Jake DeBrusk scores, and then Devin Taze scores. This is what I wanted, boys. I want lots of high-scoring games because I don't think Anaheim will be able to keep up with us even if they do get past Corey Crawford. That might be the difference, is Gibson versus Crawford. And so far, Crawford has had a very good playoffs, maybe not as elite. And Quentin Byfield gets a goal. I think that's definitely not his first playoff goal, is it? I don't think so. But anyway, Gibson's having an elite playoffs, but that was not a good game from him. The 3 stars of the game are Bozak with a goal and 2 assists, Byfield with a goal and assist, and Taylor Hall with a goal and an assist himself. So far, that's what I want to see. I want to see us scoring goals because I don't think they can keep up with us. So if we can get past Gibson, this should be our series to lose. And Taylor Hall continues his fine form with 5 goals in 6 games. Anyway, we have game number 2 underway here at home. Can we win this one? Wow. As I'm talking about what my goals are for game number 2, Rickard Rakell goes ahead and just puts the first shot of the game past Crawford. But you know what? Crawford has given up goals in the first period, but usually shuts it down after that. So let's see how he does in the rest of the first period. Nobody scored. Okay, 11-11 in shots, 1-0. If you look at it that way, it looks fine. If you look at it the fact that they scored on the first shot, you might be a little bit disappointed. Second period, and a lot of goals go in, but it is 3-3. So Taylor Hall and Byfield, that first line, guys, is going to be really dangerous because they don't have that kind of firepower on their first line to really slow us down. Ricard Raquel and then Holtz on their third line, I believe it was. Ricard Raquel is on their first line, but then Donskoy is going to score short-handed. Things you love to see. Jonas Donskoy short-handed goals. Those are what you love to see. And Taylor Hall scoring on John Gibson. I believe that's his second of the game, but Sam Steele, guys, we got to stop giving them power play opportunities. Denis Gurianov gets us a 5-4 game. And guys, this is exactly the kind of series and the kind of games that I said I wanted. I wanted high-scoring games because I don't think Anaheim is going to be able to put as many past us. They don't have the offensive firepower. And if you take a look at the shots, John Gibson is playing phenomenally. Now, he may not have the greatest save percentage, 5 goals on 40 shots, but you know what? If we can score 5 goals a game past John Gibson, spells bad news for the Anaheim Ducks. If we take a look at the 3 stars, you got Taylor Hall with 3 points, 2 goals. Byfield with 2 points and 7 hits, so physical from Byfield. And then Denis Gurianov with a goal and 2 hits from the sniper, so I'll take it. But 2 games, where he scored 5 goals is what I want to see, especially against a guy like John Gibson. He can really control a series, but hopefully the offense stays rolling as we fly east to California to take on the Anaheim Ducks. Now they get 2 home games, and hopefully we can steal 1 on the road. That's what I'm looking for, is stealing 1 on the road, and then we just need to win our home games after this. Anyway, first period results in a 3-1 lead for us. We did not drop our goal scoring as flying over the Pacific Ocean there. Byfield and Taylor Hall score on the power play, and power play has been very fruitful for both teams. Danton Heinen scores, and Silverberg also scores. But it's 3-1 with the shots heavily in favor of your Honolulu Hammerheads. After the second period, it is Nick Ritchie scoring the second goal of the game for Anaheim. Shots are a bit more even now. It's 3-2 still in our favor. Hopefully the offense can wake up. Anthony Cirelli is going to score, get us a 4-2 lead, get that 2-goal advantage back. Power play, unable to put one in the back of the net. We get another opportunity on the power play. All this means is that Anaheim, we got a long opportunity on the power play. I was going to say all that means is Anaheim doesn't have a chance to really score on us, as they're mainly worried about killing off the penalty. But I would have liked to see us score 1 more on that power play, but 4-2 win. And you know what? Corey Crawford, known for the 2 goals against, but our team has been scoring quite well ever since. But Taylor Hall gets 2 points. Taylor Hall's been a machine. And like I said, there's really nobody on the Ducks that is the level of Taylor Hall. So this is like Taylor Hall boys against men kind of thing. Taylor Hall is just a man, and he's playing against boys on the other side. They're good, they're solid, they're deep, but Gibson's really their star player, and there's only so much he can do. You know, he's putting up a fight, but he's got a lot of shots against him. I'd love to see what his stats were for the series, not the entire playoffs, but I think I will go ahead and check that out afterwards. But we got 1 more game here in Anaheim before we potentially fly back to Honolulu. But we also have a potential chance of ending the series right here, right now. A good first period would put us in a fantastic position. First period sees us go down 1-0, but then Granlund scores and Gurianov. So maybe the forgotten guy on that top line, as we've seen Hall and Byfield really have that connection. And then Denis Gurianov is going to score as well. He gets us a 2-1 lead. As we head into the second period, Gurianov is going to score again. This time Anaheim is fighting for their lives, so they are out shooting us. Maybe we're playing a little bit more defensively, knowing that Anaheim is going to come out aggressively. But being up 3-1 heading into this third period with the way Crawford's playing, I wouldn't be surprised if he gives up 1. I'd be surprised if he gives up more than 1. He's prone for those 2 goals. But as long as we got 3, I'm confident with our chances. So far, no noise made in this third period by either team, and we would take it that way. But actually, Granlund scores the insurance marker, and that is going to be a 4-0 series sweep against the Anaheim Ducks. And Corey Crawford, take a bow. My dude gives up early goals and then shuts it down after that. And the offense came to play this series. Corey Crawford is the first star. Gurianov and Granlund both getting 2 goals each. But the offense, the top 6 came to play. You guys can see we scored 5-5-4-4. You're going to win pretty much any game you score 5 and 4 goals in, especially in the playoffs. But scoring 18 goals through 4 games, averaging over 4 goals per game, is really good for the playoffs. And we only allowed, I believe, is that 7 plus the 2 here, so we got 8, 9. We allowed 9 goals this entire series. 9 goals through 4 games. I'd take that. I'd definitely take that. You can't allow 3 goals, but you got to score 3. So I always look to try and score 3 goals and allow 2 goals per game. And that leads to very good results in the playoffs. And speaking of good results, we are on to the Western Conference Finals against potentially the Winnipeg Jets or the Dallas Stars. Over in the Eastern Conference, you got Caps and Rangers, Leafs and Bruins. So we'll see who comes out of those, but we get some rest here. Again, another day of rest. The AHL playoffs are over. We advance, which is beautiful to see. Boston's up 3-2 on Toronto, and they could potentially play the Caps. 3-3, we got a Game 7 here in the West. Game 7 over in the East. Toronto versus Boston in a Game 7. Who will it be? Playoff round is complete, and we will be taking on the Dallas Stars, and it will be Toronto. They exercise their demons playing the Washington Capitals. So, guys, can't wait to get into the Western Conference Finals. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. Make sure to leave a like if you did. Subscribe if you want to see some more, and I will see you guys in the next one.